Hello everyone, so now let's do some more lab. I hope you remember we are doing this packet tracer, CISCO packet tracer series 2024. So in this month we learn the basic stuff like how to make the communication between two different network. We learned this one in our previous class. So now what we will do, we will learn how to configure the telnet. Because imagine you are working in the first floor and your router is sitting in the 10th floor. So each and every time if you want to change any configuration, you will go to the 10th floor and do the configuration. This is not practical. Each and every time you cannot take your laptop and the console cable and go to the server room. It is not practical. You can go, but it is not advisable to go each and every time. So what we will do, we will configure telnet or SSH. Telnet or SSH is a protocol with which we can take the device remotely. So example, if you want to access this device remotely, you can access with the help of telnet or SSH. Telnet is unsecure, so don't use the telnet, use the SSH. But anyhow, we are going to learn how we can configure the telnet and how we can access the device remotely. Later we can learn how we can access the device with the SSH. So you need to remember, by default telnet or SSH is not enabled in the device. In the Cisco router or switch, by default it is not enabled. So you need to enable first, then only you can access. So here already we have the IP. If you remember, this IP we assigned to this interface, this IP we assigned to this interface. Now we need to enable the telnet. So what we will do, I will go here, I have the laptop and console cable. If we don't have telnet or SSH enable in this one, first we will enable. We will connect our laptop to the router, then we will go to the desktop, and then we will go to the terminal. In real scenario, you will use the PuTTY software or Secure CRT. So imagine I am using PuTTY, then I click OK. After that I am accessing the router. And when I write enable, I go in the enable mode. As we told before, this is a user mode. In this one you can run the show command. Some basic command you can run here. Show commands. And when you write this EN, you will go from the user mode to privilege mode. In this privilege mode also you can run some more commands. But if you want to do any configuration, you need to go to the global configuration mode. So before going to the global configuration mode, if you want to check what configuration is present in this router, you will write show run. You will write show run and press enter, so you will see whatever configuration is present in this router. So just we will verify, we will validate, do we have telnet or anything configured before? Do we have any username or password in this one or not? So nothing is present. So what we will do, we will configure the telnet. So first of all, I will go in the global configuration mode. So whenever you want to do the telnet or any configuration, if you want to do any configuration, you should go in the global configuration mode. So you will write config T. When you write the config T, you will go in the global configuration mode. If you see, this is a global configuration mode. You are inside the global configuration mode. Now you can do the configuration. So whenever we are going to access the router, we should have the enable password. So now we will enable the password. So what I will write enable. Okay. We have two options. We can put enable password that is not encrypted, or we can write enable secret and give the password that is encrypted. So I will write enable secret, and here I will give the password. Example, I am giving the password ABC. Okay. So I put the enable password is ABC. Enable secret ABC I give here. Now after that, what I need to do, I need to write line VTY. I am using the virtual line, this one VTY 0 to 4. I can use anything. I am using from 0 to 4. So 5 guys can access same time. So I am writing 0 to 4. After that I will put the password. So whatever password you want to give for this telnet, write password and give ABC I am giving. You can give any password. After that you need to write login. Just login and press enter. Telnet configuration done. First you need to enable the password, then you need to go inside the line VTY. Whatever line you want to use, you can use. I am using 0 to 5, means total 6 guy can access at a time telnet. So I enable here 6 line and I am putting some password to that telnet and I am saying login. That's all. This is the configuration. If you want, you can save the configuration. If you want to save the configuration, you need to go here in the privilege mode and write WR. But now I want to save in this line mode, so I will write do WR, means I will save here. So if you want to run any this write command in any other mode other than the privilege mode, you need to write do WR. Okay. Now we can go to this device. This is the computer. Go to desktop, check you have the IP, you have the gateway, everything is good. You can go to the command prompt and here you can telnet this router. Imagine this router is in 5th floor. You are sitting in the ground floor. You want to change something in this router. Then no need to take your laptop and go to the 5th floor and take the console. Now we already configured the telnet. So you can just sit here and open your putty software, or you can use the command prompt, just write telnet and put the IP address of this router. So this router is having this IP. I will write here 192.168.1.1, press enter. So when I write this one 192.168.1.1 enter, you will see telnet is open here and they are asking you the password. So whatever password we give, we need to write here. So if you remember, when we configure, we give the password as ABC. So I will type here ABC. When I press enter, I am able to access the router. I am inside the router. If you see, this is the router. I am inside the router now. Okay. I am inside the router, and if you see, this is a user mode. It is a user mode. If I want to go to the privilege mode, I need to write EN. When I write EN, it is asking me enable password. If you remember, we created enable password also. So I can give here, I can write enable password. If you remember, we give enable password as ABC. I will give that one. Now I am in the privilege mode. I am in the privilege mode. If you want to run show command, you can run the show command. If you want to do any configuration, go from here to global configuration mode and do the configuration. So let's run some commands here. I will write show IP interface brief. So with this one, we can check the interface status, whatever the IP we assign, what is the interface status, it is up or down, we can check with this one. So this is also okay. And if you want to do any configuration, you need to go to the global configuration mode. I will write config T. Now I am inside the global configuration mode. And now if you want to do any configuration, you can do. Example, if I want to change the name of the router, I will write host name and give the new name of the router. Example, I want to put as exit 5. Example, imagine this is your site and you have the router, you install this router in the exit 5. So I will give as exit 5. So with this name, you will remember this router is installed in the exit 5 site. So whenever you are trying to access this router, you will know that this is exit 5 router. So now I can save the configuration, do WR. If I want to exit, I will write exit and then exit and press enter. I log out. Okay. Now I am in my command prompt. Before I am inside the router. If you want to access with this computer also, you can access with this computer. Go here, click and go to the desktop, go to the command prompt and write here again telnet and put the IP of the router, whatever IP you have. Example, we are using 1.1 or what IP we have. If you see here, I am using 2.1. Okay. I am using 2.1. So let me put 2.1 here. So whatever we have here, if you see, I am using 2.1 here. So let me take 2.1. You can verify here. You can ping or not the other IP. Example, you have here 1.1. I am pinging 1.1. So this one I am pinging 1.1. Here we have the 1.1. So we can verify. Okay. But here in this lab, we are focusing about the telnet only. And here request timeout is coming. I cannot ping this IP. So what I can do, I can check, do I have the gateway? I don't have the gateway. That's why I am unable to ping. So I need to put the gateway here. So what is the gateway of this computer? I will write here 192.168.2.1. This IP, whatever IP we assign to the router interface, which is directly connected to us, that IP will be gateway. So I put that gateway now. So if I click, now you have the gateway here. So you can ping. If you go here and ping here, reply will come. If you see reply is coming here and you can access, and now if you telnet this IP, it will work. So when you telnet, if you see, you are sitting here and you are accessing this IP. Okay, with this IP you are accessing this router. When you put telnet and you put the IP address of this one, it is giving you the access. They are asking put the password. If I write ABC, it is giving me the CLI of the router. If you see here, why I am getting the router name as a exit 5, because we install this router in the exit 5 site and we put the name as exit 5. So whenever we are accessing this router with this one, we will remember this is our exit 5 router. If you have any other site, we can give that other site name. So with the help of router name, we can easily track we are login to which site router. Maybe if you have any site in the Jeddah, in the Dammam, or in the Mumbai, Delhi, anywhere, we can put the site name. Like if you have only one router, one branch in the Delhi, so we can write here Delhi. Or if you have only one branch in the Riyadh, we can write the Riyadh. So with that one, easily we can track the router name. Okay, which router you log in, you can easily track that one. So now if you want to go to the enable, write enable, then you need to put the enable password and you are inside the router. If you want to change again anything, you will go in the config T, and here if you want to change the host name, you will change host name, and if you want to put the old name, you will write R1 now old name. The name change, and I will save the configuration with this command. So with this command, we change the name of the router. Whatever name we want to give, we can give. Here we can put that name. Okay. So in this lab, we learn what we learn. We learn how we can enable the telnet in this router and how we can access with the help of computer. We learn this in this class. We learn this one. In our next class, we are going to learn how we can assign the IP address to the layer 2 switch. In the layer 2 switch, we cannot assign the IP address to the interface. In the layer 2 switch, we cannot assign the IP address to the interface. So where we will assign? We are going to assign the IP address to the VLAN. So in our next class, we are going to learn how we can assign the IP address to the VLAN, and then we are going to learn how we can configure the telnet and how we can access that switch remotely. Okay. So now I am accessing this router remotely. If I want to exit, I will write exit, exit and press enter. Now you are inside your computer CMD before you are inside that router. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this video. In case if you have any doubts, write in the comments. If you need more video like this, write in the comments so we can continue this playlist. Okay. Thank you.